Sue and Pie, welcome to my lemons in the kitchen. So I am making some lemon meringue pies today. I've made this before on live, but it's what I'm doing. So if you want something to watch because you're bored, and you know, watching somebody make something, have you realized that's therapeutic and kind of relaxing? So if you want just something to relax and watch, you can watch me juice some lemons and make pies. So these are my mother's birthday pies. Lemon meringue pie is her absolute favorite thing. Her birthday was yesterday. I spent the evening with her yesterday, but we actually usually celebrate our birthdays on the closest Sundays, and that way I can take some to Dad in the nursing home and stuff too. So we're having one of her meals that she likes tomorrow, which I'll bake in the or cook in the morning, and then I'm making the pies tonight. So instead of cake, we're having lemon meringue pie because she was very excited about that because she loves it. So I'm going to turn this here like this, and I'm going to juice these lemons. So I'm making 2 pies, so that way we have lots of leftovers. And can take some to Dad too. And so I'm going to need a cup of lemon juice. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get these. This is my favorite lemon squeezer. This right here. It works so well. So I'm going to put that there. And put it in, squeeze it. Oh, these are gigantic. This is a gigantic lemon. Barely fits in there. Get in there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It don't really fit very well. Hey, how are you doing? Hold on. I'm having a giant lemon problem. Okay, there we go. Get it in there. I don't usually have lemons that are too big for the lemon squeezer. This one's kind of doing it. Woo! Let's try this half. I think the other ones are not this fat. I picked the big fat one first. Look at this. Me and the lemons having a fight. And I think I'm winning until I squeeze it and it doesn't want to squeeze. And then I think the lemon's winning. Okay, here we go. It's just not giving me much juice for such a big fat lemon. Okay. Alright, that was the hard one. Let's do the other lemons. Woo! They're not this fat. That was challenging. Okay, here we go. Don't get fat lemons. There's my bit of advice. If you're going to use this lemon squeezer, don't get the fat lemons. Unless you're using a different kind of squeezer. Man, this got the seeds are everywhere here. Okay, so that lemon had a bunch of seeds. A whole bunch of seeds. More seeds than juice, apparently. Maybe I should plant this one. And they're just going everywhere, sliding around in the juice. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's try again. Cut this one. This one doesn't look as fat. Let's hope he's not. It usually works a lot easier than that. I'm going to turn this one around because it's wanting to angle on me. These lemons are too big. I say I don't. You know what? I'm not used to having to squeeze with my hand, and it's a little trigger finger issue either. This got so much rind on them. Alright, let's try this one. Oh, that was much better. There we go. I have more seeds though. Over there, seeds. These are the seediest lemons I have ever seen. Oh my goodness. They're like bugs. Like they're running around on the counter. Okay, let's try number 3. What I need a cup. Goodness, when I'm down to like a third. That's about a third a cup. I'm cutting off these little knobbies at the end because it makes it a little easier. Well, generally it does. Alright, let's see what this one does. Oh, I'm telling you, we're having a fight today. I don't usually have this big a fight. I usually win easier than this. There we go. That one was better. I'm getting too weak to do this. I think these are just tough lemons. I need a strong person. We got any strong people? Okay, that was 3. Hopefully I got enough lemons. I always think I have enough lemons and then go, oh dear, this isn't almost... Is this going to be enough? It never seems to be enough. I never estimate well. Why is that? I don't like to have 8,000 lemons left over. Then I end up not having enough. I think I do better having too many. Oh, I'm not reading. Let's read what we're saying. You love everything lemon. Oh, I do too. Roll them on the counter. Oh, that's what I need to do. And I have them out too, so they're not ice cold. Usually they're easier to squeeze if they're not as, they let the juice go easier. All right, next one I'm going to roll on the counter. Yeah, that's a little better. And it's spitting out 100 seeds. I have never seen as many seeds in lemons. I don't like bottled lemon juice, so it's yucky. Okay, here we go. I got 2 more. Okay, I'm going to roll it on the counter. Here we go. Everything wants to roll. Okay, there I go. I rolled. Let's cut it. Let's see what it does. We're gonna see if that made a difference. It felt like it did. It felt like it all smushed it in there. Get rid of that little sticker. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. That works if it's not cold too. That's so much easier. Look how well that does. Oh my goodness. Making it too hard on myself. Okay, here we go. Let's do it again. Rolling on the counter. The thing about it is, I'm more likely to forget to do this. Not something I was used to doing, I guess. Okay, there we go. Rolled that one. Cut off the knobbies. Cut it in half. And squeeze. How much are we up to here? Getting close. These lemons were so big, I thought they would give me more juice than they are. They're kind of pitiful. Pitiful, gigantic lemons. Squeeze that one a little bit more. I'm telling you, if you want to plant some lemon trees, I have 1,000 seeds. Oh, it's giving me about the right amount, though. There we go. Let's see. Let's take another one of these back here. Squeeze it a little bit more. Yeah, we'll just squeeze it a little bit more. Squeeze a few more drips out of it. Okay, there we go. Woo! My hands are going to be tired. Well, that gave me a cup. That's what I need for 2 pies. Okay, so I have my pie shells are pre-baked. We can get some more of these little escapee seeds here. All right, that was 8. No, I think that was 6. I think it was 6 lemons. Probably needed 7. All right, here we go. Get rid. Boy, it smells good though. I love the smell of lemon. Squeezing lemons. All right, so now we got our juice ready. Now we're gonna make our pies. So let's see where I want to go here. Let's take the phone over here because we're gonna do it over here. So I'm gonna put my pan over here. Right there. Let me put this up higher so you can see though. Now let me plug it in. I'm gonna prop it up. Try to do this where it won't fall. There. Oh, there we go. Let's turn on our light. Oh yeah. Let's see. Okay, now we're caught up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take, now I'm doing double, so I need 2 2/3 cups of sugar in that pan. I'm actually going to put the water in there first, I think. No, I'm not either. I'm going to mix the dry. We're going to have 2 cups. Let me get a knife and level that off. here's 2 cups of sugar. Then I need 2/3. It seems like so many ingredients when you're making 2. It's like, whoa, it's a lot of sugar. That's 2. I already made my meringue too. So we'll speed through this a little bit. Okay, so there's our sugar. Then we're going to add, now I'm going to add a little more cornstarch than this said, because the last 2 times I made it, it was a little runny. It needed to be just a little thicker. And it did it twice. So I thought, all right, it's just not got enough in there. So let me get my little, actually it doesn't need this one. We need 1/2 cup. I'm going to add 1/2 cup and then like 2 more tablespoons. Okay, 1/2 cup of cornstarch. Okay, here's 1/2 cup. It looked good and everything. It's just a little runny. It never completely firmed up the last 2 times I made it. So I think it just needs a little more cornstarch. So there's that. So that's the normal amount. And so let's add a couple more tablespoons. Here is, that's a 2 tablespoon measure. So there's that. Then we're going to add in 6 tablespoons of flour. So here we have 2, 4, and 6. All right, there's the flour. So you got cornstarch and flour in there. And even then it was still too runny. And then I want 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, I've got my salt over here. This pie is, oh, they're so good. You like lemon meringue pie? Oh, you would like it. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so there's your dry ingredients. So then we're going to stir all that together. I'm just using like this flat whisk. So there is our mix. Now this doesn't have any flavor in it, so if you taste this, when you get it all mixed together, it's just going to taste like sugar. No taste. So we're going to add 3 cups of water. I poured the water through my filter, my water filter over here. Let me see where that's at. Not quite there. All right, there we are. 3 cups of water. Let me go back to my recipe, just make sure that's right. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to combine sugar, cornstarch, flour, and salt, stir in the water, cook and stir over medium-high heat until thick and bubbly. Okay, here we go. So we're going to turn on medium-high heat. We're going to pour in the 3 cups of water. Ooh, listen to it bubble. And then we're going to stir. You really kind of want to stir this the whole time, but I really probably won't. I kind of do. You don't want to leave it for long. And I've got something on my burner smoking. Not much though, just a little tiny spot. So here we go. And you don't want it to stick on the bottom. So you want to keep stirring. That's why I like this whisk with the flat, because you can get that right in the corner. And you don't end up with corners that you couldn't get to. So, then after we do that, we are going to reduce the heat and cook and stir for 2 minutes. Then you're going to remove from the heat and you're going to temper. I have 8 egg yolks, 4 per pie. And you're gonna, let's see, bring it to a boil, cook 2 more minutes, remove from heat. Okay, we'll just go to that point. So we're gonna temper the egg yolks after this. So we're just gonna stir. And I'm gonna get a drink of water. Ooh, I'm almost out of water. So this is real exciting watching this, waiting for this to boil. That's okay. Usually doesn't take terribly long. And this usually will thicken right up. So I'm curious to see if adding that extra cornstarch was enough. If it was, the first time I made this exact recipe, it was perfect. The last 2 times I made it, it was runny. So I'm like, well, it's the same recipe. What's the deal? I don't know if it was the humidity, you know, maybe I just didn't measure it exact. Maybe I got extra of something in it before and I didn't write it down right. I don't know what happened. Didn't taste bad at all, though. It just didn't firm up enough. But we're going to see if we can fix that this time. So I have my, see, here's my pie crust. These are just frozen pie crusts. If you want to make homemade pie crust, or use the kind that you roll out that you get in the refrigerator section, you can do whatever kind you want. But to me, it's about the filling. Let's make it easy and use the frozen. Hi, how are you doing? So while that's stirring, I'm going to quickly get me some more ice in my cup. And I don't want to leave that long. Ice and water. It was so nice out here today. It was still like 91 degrees. Or 90, I think it was 90. But it was only 34% humidity, and I about fell off my chair when I saw that. It's never 30-something% humidity here. It's usually 90. And I'm like, are you kidding? It's 34% humidity. I went outside. Oh, it was so nice. Slight, almost cool breeze. We don't usually get that. Okay, I can see it's starting to get pretty hot here. It's starting to thicken up in little spots. It looks like you're cooking milk. Right now, we are cooking water. Now, I had my air on and it went back off. I'm going to turn it back on for a minute because it's hot by the stove. I had turned it down, but I tell you, it never fails to go off in the middle of a video when you're standing over a hot stove. It's like, and the air says, oh, it's cold enough. And you're like, Normally, I don't need it on real cold. I'm used to it hot. I live here all the time. But when I'm standing over the hot stove or vacuuming or something, I need to air cool because it's too hot. I'm sitting on the couch, I don't need it that cold. In fact, I'll get cold. Okay. It's starting to stick a little, so I'm turning it back down a little bit closer to medium. And I'm stirring it fast because I can feel it wanting to stick. Okay, we're bubbling. So now that we're bubbling, I'm turning it down like to low. When it says do it for 2 minutes. So let's do it for 2 minutes, but on like medium low. That won't stick as bad. Look at that little bubbling. Hot, hot, hot. And thick. Of course, it's going to be thick because I put extra cornstarch in. You know what? I'm going to take that out for a minute because that one is getting hard to move. And I'm going to use a regular one maybe. No, I'm not either. It ain't happy with that either. Okay, so now we're saying spoon. It's time for the spoon. Oh yeah. So much easier now. Okay. Need to switch to the spoon. Yeah, it is thicker. But I wanted it thicker. I don't think we're going to have an issue this time. Maybe I only needed 1 tablespoon. We're going to find out. I really want this on pretty low. I don't think we need it. I don't want it to stick. See, when it gets this hot and you got it going like this, you really need to stir steady. You will be able to tell because you will feel it sticking. That was my 1-minute warning. My arm is getting tired. Gee, and it's only been a minute. My arm's tired. That's sad. Trying to do all the spots here. Try not to miss. This little wooden, or it's a bamboo spoon, it has like a little corner too, so I can get all the corners. We got us 30 seconds to go. Then we're going to remove it from the heat. I'll move that over there. You can tell it's just thick white gel. That's what it is, thick white gel. Then comes the tricky part, which is actually easier than you think. You just have to know to do it. Okay, this is the one somebody told me what to do another time too, and I got to remember to do it. Okay, so remove from the heat. Well, I guess I can leave it on low. Okay, so we're going to leave that here. Oop, try not to tip that over. Okay, so what we're going to do here, let's move this one too. All right, I want a bigger bowl. And they said put the bowl like on a wet dish towel. Let's do that, and it won't move as much. I think they said a wet dish towel. It's gonna be a wet dish towel. I don't know if I need it that wet. It won't slip and slide. All right, let's see what we can do here. Probably not supposed to do it on the burner. The burner's not on. Oh, okay, let's try that. Can you see over there? Yeah. Okay, so now you want to temper your eggs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my eggs in this bowl. So these eggs are already room temperature. They're just egg yolks. The whites are the meringue. So they're already room temperature, so they're not ice cold. Then you want, I think I'm going to go back to the whisk again. So I'm going to stir them up. And then to temper them, you've got to put a little of that hot in here. And like sneak it in on them. So like they don't know what hit them. So we'll take a little bit of this hot gel. And we're going to glop a little bit of it in the egg. And you got to stir the whole time. Put a little tiny bit in. And stir. And you got to kind of keep it going fast so it stirs in well. And you get the eggs used to the heat so they don't turn into scrambled eggs. And it works. It's just you can't quit stirring for a second. You've got to constantly keep it going. And this wet dish towel is divine. Oh yeah. Perfect solution. It doesn't spin all around. You do have to kind of be able to do two things with your different hands at once. Stir with one, shake with the other. If you can't pat your stomach or what is it? Pat your head and rub your stomach at the same time, you might not be able to do this. Practice it before you do it. Okay, so there we go. So now we got some pretty warm eggs here. So once you've got them pretty warm, you can then transfer them back to this whole pot that is still not on the heat, because you don't want to be making it any hotter right now. I'm trying to get all this gel out of here. I made the mistake of doing that with my finger before. It's hot. That's hotter than you think. Okay, you ready? Then we're going to take, I'm trying to think, do I want the spoon? What did I do this with before? I think we're going to try a spoon. Okay. It's got to be something I can briskly stir with. Oh, I need my, oh, let's do this. There we go. Yep. Okay, we're ready. We got it stirring, and we're going to put in our eggs. Ooh, and we're sloshing. That's okay. It'll live. Then when you get this done, it's nice and yellow, and you think it's lemon, and it is not. It's egg. There's no lemon in there right now. Don't let that yellow fool you. It ain't gonna taste very good. But it's working perfectly well here. All that in there. Mix it in. It's amazing how you can do that with eggs and they don't scramble. It works. I don't know who figured that out, but they were pretty clever. Okay, so there we got it all mixed. Then, I do think it says now to put it back on the heat for like another 2 minutes. Turn it back up a little bit. Let me read that. Egg yolks, that's all you put in there. And you're going to stir it for a couple more minutes. Okay. By the time you get done with this, you're going to have muscles in your arms from stirring. Alright, let me get this off of here. I'm kind of getting sticky. I'm getting this on my hands. It's sticky. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and set it for 2 minutes. It says, you know, let it bubble again, but it's so hot. It's probably bubbling down in there. So we're just going to keep stirring. I'm doing this with my left hand, and I'm not left-handed. My right hand getting tired. So then we'll stir it for 2 minutes. We're going to take it off the heat again. So it's a little tricky in the timing and that you have to temper the eggs, but it really isn't that hard other than muscle work. Hi, how are you doing? Okay. Then, let me get my instructions and bring them over here so I can stir and read. So you're going to remove from the heat, then you're going to add butter. You are going to add to this butter, and it says zest, but I don't use zest. Instead, I like lemon extract. So we're going to do butter, extract, and then the lemon juice. And then you're pour it into the crust and put the meringue on and bake it. So once you get to this, past this 2 minutes, you're really past the hard part. It's just got steam coming off of it. There you go. I don't know if you can see the steam. Not if the camera's not aimed at it, you can. How are you doing, Mary? Making lemon meringue pies for my mom's birthday. This is her favorite thing, so rather than make a cake, I figured let's just make her favorite. She likes lemon meringue pie, we're going to make lemon meringue pie. This is 2 lemon meringue pies. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the burner. And that's going to beep. And then I'm going to take it and put in the butter. Okay, let's move it back off the burner to there. Okay, so then we want, let's see, where's it tell me? Let's make sure I'm doing it right. 6 tablespoons of butter for 2 pies. Okay, here's a couple tablespoons. I always use real butter. And then here's 4 more. This just makes it like real glossy and slick. Had the eggs in it to get like, I don't want it to turn to stone, so I'm pouring water in it. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to stir. Oh yeah, see how shiny that's going to make that? Actually makes it a lot easier to stir right away too. So I usually just stir this till the butter melts. We're almost done with that pot. There we go. You know, if you soak a pot that's had egg in it in cold water, it comes loose. Hot water will make it cook on. Cold water, it'll come right off. Oh, these little things on my hand are killing me with this. They're pinching me. Let's use my other hand. Okay. So then we're going to put, I have my directions on one page and my amounts on the other. That's why I keep thinking I'm going to tell you and I can't tell you. Hey, hold on. Let's get the other page. I'm going to turn, well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put that on. I think it's 350. Is that what it says? Nope, 325. We're going to do it at 325. We're going to bake it with the meringue for like 18 minutes is what I put for from last time. Till it browns. Okay, so we're going to use a tablespoon of lemon extract for the 2 pies. That's a lot of lemon extract. Okay, let me find the tablespoon. Lemon extract is strong. That means they're going to be lemony. Ooh, they're going to be lemony. I love lemon extract. It's so much easier than zest. And then you don't get any little hard things in your mouth either. Like, what is that plasticky feeling thing? Zest. Okay. There's that. A whole lot easier. So we're going to stir that. And then we're going to put in our 1 cup of lemon juice. Ooh, we can smell lemon. And you put that juice in, it's going to be real sloshy. So I'm going to move my recipe. And 1 cup of lemon juice. I do want to pour it through a strainer because I know there's a couple little seeds that escaped in there. They're always oh, somewhere is a little strainer. He's hiding. So we'll use a big strainer. Here we go. Yep, there's a couple little ones in there. So there is a cup of lemon juice. Then, this is where I always make the mess because it's floating on top. I always get in too big of a hurry and stir too fast, and I slosh half of it out. So I'm trying not to do that. It does take a minute to incorporate this thin liquid in there, but it will. Just gotta keep doing it. Then we're gonna put it in the pie crust and put on the meringue. I already made the meringue, so the meringue uses the 8 egg yolks. It has, for 2 pies, it has 2 teaspoons of vanilla. It has, what else has it got in it? A teaspoon of cream of tartar and a cup of sugar. That's what's in the meringue. You just beat it till stiff peaks form. It makes so much noise. I went ahead and did it ahead. Be a little bit faster. Oh, let me see what you say. Oh, you're good. Okay, good. Good. All right. We're almost good here. I think I'm going to get my whisk back again. See if we can't get it to kind of stir through a little better. See, I'm sloshing it already. It's so hard not to slosh it. It really will all incorporate, though. Ooh, I want to lick that spoon. That's better than licking cake batter. Lick the lemon meringue pie spoon. Oh, look at that. Okay. Let's go back to the spoon. Make sure we got it all from the bottom. There we go. All right, let's do a little taste test. Oh, it's going to be really hot. Try not to hurt ourselves. Ooh, look how thick that is. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's not that hot. Oh, yeah. Mmm. Oh, that's so good. All right. Let me get a little scraper. Another little scraper. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to put this. I want to put this on a pan. these up once they get full, because these are flimsy until they get set. Will it fit on there? See, yeah, it'll fit on there. Okay, there we go. Okay. So we're gonna pour. Oh yeah, it's like gold. Look how pretty. Have you ever made homemade lemon meringue? Oh, it's so good. And if you don't like meringue, you know, I didn't like meringue when I was a kid. I hated it. I don't know why. I think I thought it was eggs. Didn't like eggs. I liked whipped cream though. So you could always put whipped cream. And one day when I was older, I decided to eat the meringue and I thought, oh, why did I not like this? I don't know. What was I thinking? And I remember when I was a kid, when I'd go to Thanksgiving, Christmas, or whatever at my grandparents' house, and we all kind of food and all kind of desserts, and somebody would always make pies of some sort, had meringue on them. I remember I'm like, I don't want that. I want the pie, but I want that meringue. Like everybody thought I was crazy. They were right. What do you mean you don't want that meringue? That's good. It's nice and sweet. Yeah, they were right. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Alright. Oh, it's just sticking to the spoon. That's what you're saying. Okay, here's my meringue. I guess I should eat it later. Okay, so let's try to take about half this meringue on each pie. And I like to just kind of try to lay it on there. Spreading meringue. Uh-oh, I just made a big gloppy mess. I'll get it. Spreading meringue doesn't always work very well. Because, you know, it's not really spreadable too much. You'll end up just moving your filling around. So I kind of like to try to place the meringue. Like, you know, lay it on there. And you want to go all the way on top of your crust, because if you don't, the meringue will pull back and kind of shrink. And if you touch it onto the edge of your crust, you know, it sort of anchors it onto there. And keeps it, you know, it attaches. It's so sticky, it'll stick to about anything. It's not as thick under there. It got real nice and thick on the top, but you get to the bottom of this bowl and it's kind of like, a little runny. It's this nature of this mixer doesn't do a very good job of getting to the bottom of the bowl. But it still turns out really good either way. Now, last time I made this, I forgot to do this part. I don't do too much with the little peaks because they just burn. But the last time I did this, Mom's like, "Oh, little peaks, they're so cute." I'm like, okay, now I have to do that. Because she liked that. So I'll just do them kind of small. So they won't burn, hopefully. Okay, so let's take my bowl. Put this here. You see how if you just kind of glop it on around there and then spread it. Much easier to get it even without it going everywhere and moving your filling. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to move the filling, because then you'll have an uneven pie. I've got sugar on the edge of this bowl that didn't get mixed in real well, but oh well. That's what happens. Sometimes when it's imperfect, I think it's better. Or at least you think it's better. We're going to say that anyway. I think this one's got more meringue on it than the other. I don't think I divided it in half very well. It's close though. touch all the edges of the crust. Ah, don't go over the edge. Okay, here we go. Okay, miniature little peaks. You can make really big ones. But like I said, then they just burn. Now, if you like it burned, some people like it real crispy, crunchy, black, and burned. You do? Go ahead. I don't. I like it. I don't like it that way. So I'm making them teeny tiny. They will make bigger ones if I want, though. Okay, get that sticky mess off of there. Okay, we're going to put it in the oven. Woo! We're going to try 18 minutes. Look at that mess I made. Let's see how they do. Let me clean up this mess. All right, there we go. I'm going to get my phone here. You shared it. Thank you. How many egg whites? Those were 8 for 2 pies. 8 egg whites. You use can filling? You're excited to see this. You know, I don't think I've ever used can filling. My mother used to use, like, you know, the Jello pudding, lemon Jello pudding, where she would make the boxed lemon pudding. And that was the only pies I ever had. Now, that's not too bad, but, I mean, it's Jello pudding. That's the only way she ever made it. And then I found this recipe and thought, you know, that's just not really that hard. Not too terribly hard. It really isn't. You just, the hardest thing is knowing how to temper the eggs, and it's just a technique. It's not really that it's that hard. I'm making such a mess. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to clean up this meringue. I'm still on the burner. I think I'm making it worse instead of better. Because I had it in one little spot, now I've spread it everywhere. It's like, okay, how'd it get over there? And how'd it get over there? Okay, here we go. Getting it all off. Because that will smell terrible if it burns. Okay, there we got it. Alrighty. I will post, I can post a copy of the recipe. Oh, I think I've just kind of got it written. So, it's egg. Yeah, the egg whites. 8 egg whites for 2 pies. And it had a cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar in the egg whites. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go. And thank you for watching. So I hope you try it and that it turns out good. And I will let you know if it turned out to be firm enough this time since I added extra cornstarch. The hardest part is with the eggs. Yeah, it is. That's the hardest part. Golden brown. Oh, yeah. I do like it golden brown. That's exactly how I like it. Okay, so I'll talk to you later. Bye.